No, I was just annoyed.
That's an interesting take.
I felt supporting Trump's administration was bad.
I didn't want Trump to be president.
Have influence.
Because I have a platform, I should not speak how I feel.
Reflect more on how you feel.
I need more sleep. I gained a lot of fans last year, and I also lost a lot of fans last year. And I lost fans, not even really just for talking about Palestine. I lost fans when the election happened, and I was just honest about my take. You know, I thought we lived in a democracy where, like, you're free to say this is what I feel, and you know, I didn't know that we weren't really in a public democracy. You know. But anyways, all I said was that I just didn't feel comfortable voting for the administration that was actively genociding my friends and family. And that's all that I said. That was just a feeling that I had, okay? And, you know, I knew people were going to disagree with that, and it's fine. But people, they unfollowed me, and they let me know on the way out. You know, they had to let me know. They're like, oh, what do you see? What is Trump's gonna be worse? Trump's gonna be worse. And turns out maybe, okay? Then there's the talk about, well, Trump said this and Trump said that. It's like, you can't take everything Trump says seriously, okay? If you do, you will die. Do you understand? Trump has this way of using executive power to make it seem like he's doing things that are not that hard to do. Like, for instance, changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. People were like, thought this was like a magic trick. They're like, whoa, like, this could have been done a very long time ago, and it was not hard for him to do. Also, a lot of people don't know that he had to make a deal with Mexico in order to do that. Yeah, I don't know if you know this. In order for him to change the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, now the giant mall in Minnesota is called the Mall of Mexico. You didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that. The Mall of Mexico in Minneapolis. And they only take pesos, and it's... Those were all the things that I want to talk about so far. Is there anything I didn't talk about tonight you'd like for me to talk about?
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens? Okay. Can do. Anything else I can throw in there in the mix? ChatGPT, you said? ChatGPT in the context of comedians' career. I love it. You gave me like a lens. Do you want to give me a location too and a theme? She's like, ChatGPT, comedians' careers at the mall on a Tuesday with Candace Owens. And?
Harm reduction.
You said harm reduction?
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. Let's explore this a little bit. Harm reduction, is this like a broad philosophical concept?
The concept of doing things that they harm the minimum number of people. Say sociologically.
Sociological thing, we're gonna minimize harm.
Yeah, like voting for Joe Biden reduces harm against black Americans than voting for Trump.
Okay, wait, I mean, you're saying such as statements like that, okay, right? Okay. Some people did not agree, but that is kind of funny. Could be true. We don't have the data on that, but it is kind of funny that it's like you have to vote for a president that's incapacitated to be better to black Americans. Like, how up of America is that, where you got to vote for the guy? If you vote for that guy, it's going to be better. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's true or not. Okay, so harm reduction. Were you hoping that was the specific thing I was going to look at with it, or something else?
No, I was just somewhat annoyed with the equivocation.
The equivocation of what?
Of voting for either party.
Oh, when I said it?
Not now, or not before, but slightly now. Because now that Trump's in power, I feel like you should have better context to understand that there was reduced harm in voting for the other party.
Okay, let's look at this, because this is a very hot topic, okay? First of all, that's not how I vote. I don't vote from a projected reduced harm, because you never know. I don't trust a single politician, and who knows? Let's say you're 100% right and Biden became president again, which I don't think anybody wanted, by the way. I think that's an interesting take. Like, we should have gone back to Biden. Like, that's a very unique take. First of all, that's not how I vote. I also vote by, how I feel about an administration, and do I want to support people who I think are bad?
I felt supporting Trump's administration was bad.
Here's the thing. I get where you're coming from. You like to see it as, if you don't vote for this, you are voting for that binary. But that's not how I see it. I believe that democracy as an institution can only work if we actually have freedom of choice in who we vote for. And if the establishment doesn't listen to us, they'll never get it. We'll be locked into this two-party system for the rest of our existence. That's how I feel. And listen, if you want like a personal attachment to it, like you see what's happening in Gaza right now, it's some of the worst we've ever seen, like literally ever seen. We saw horrible under Biden, but we are seeing some of the worst in this exact moment. Did I ever say, oh, Trump's going to be better for Gaza? I never said that. I never said I'm foregoing my vote for Trump. I never said that, okay? All I do is I go by my intuition and what I feel is the right thing to do, and I have no regrets about my
influence.
But I have influence because I have a platform that I should not speak how I feel. You saying I should, instead of speaking how I feel personally,
reflect more on how you feel.
Reflect more on how I feel. I did. So if you've been the end of the show is gonna get really interesting, right? ChatGPT, we'll see you later. Okay, so. I didn't want Trump to be president. I don't think Trump is the president that a lot of people want in this country. Unfortunately, he's what we've deserved because we as a society have this limited binary thinking, and so many people are just oblivious. Like the people in this room, we're actually having a discourse right now. The majority of this country has no interest in what we're talking about right now. They're watching football. Okay, so Trump is not the president we want. He's not the president we need, but he is the president that we deserve. He's the orange wrecking ball that unfortunately had to come to fruition because of what a country we've been. That's how I feel. I could be wrong. My goal is not to shame people for having chosen Biden or chosen Kamala. Like, most of my friends did vote for Kamala, and that's something I have to live with, that I have friends sitting amongst me who were like, yeah, she said she would do nothing different than Biden when it came to genociding the Palestinians, and they still voted for her. I'm not happy about that, but I accept it, and they're still my friends. You know, that's something that I have to live with, okay? But for me to like say, all right, let's all think about the harm reduction, there is a lot of people who did that, and a lot of people who I respect and who I actually agree with on a lot of things actually did take that point of view and said, I know we don't like this genocide, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's still, vote for Kamala. I hear a lot of people say that, and that was fine. They had the right to do that. However, if I'm not speaking my mind and my heart, I do not sleep at night, okay? I already drink too much caffeine. I need more sleep, okay? We all need more sleep. If we all slept better, we would make better decisions. And you can sleep better when you make better decisions in the day. Make morally grounded decisions. You can sleep better, and we can all be sleeping better and be more like Sleepy Joe Biden. Yes. Yeah.
If you use harm reduction, the party that you're using that for, the Democratic Party, would take your vote for granted. So a lot of minorities always voted for Democrats, but what have they really done for minorities? Because they know all you do is one other vote for the other side, so they think they got your vote locked in, so they don't have to look at your concerns and your needs.
I very much agree with this point. To reiterate, basically, for example, in my case, I'll make it about myself. If I had voted for the Democrats, it would have signaled to them like, yeah, we can basically get away with this. And the people who despise are still going to vote for us because they know that we are the harm reducers, right? Which, again, I don't even agree with. But yes, like, I don't like that. I don't like that people are like, yeah, they'll still with us because they have to. I don't like that. I don't do toxic relationships, and I don't do toxic administrations. I'm sorry. I don't do that. There's so many people in this world. There's so many different opinions, and I'm a mathematician, so of course I like to think macro. I like to think of like what is greater good. But at the same time, I have to make micro decisions. And if I'm not in harmony with my own micro decisions, then how can I expect the rest of the world to follow suit? I think that if everybody finds, right? Because I believe in harm reduction. I believe that one day we will have minimized harm to the greatest possible, okay? But also, we live in a capitalist society. We operate on money, right? So we need to keep that in mind, that like that's how the system works, and we need to figure out if we focus on ourselves, on the micro level, we can affect the max. So how do we get massive harm reduction? We focus on ourselves, but also think about money. That's harm money. Okay, that's the best I can do without using ChatGPT. So, okay, all right. Thank you for bringing that up, though. I think it's a good conversation. I'm literally getting into flame wars every day about it. So, this was nice. Candace Owens would probably have a different opinion. The recent thing I've heard about Candace Owens is that her monthly views have surpassed Ben Shapiro's ever since she broke away from him. So good for her. Good for her. Would she have been doing better under Joe Biden? I don't know. ChatGPT in the lens of comedians. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I've tried writing jokes with ChatGPT. They're worse than my own, believe it or not. Like, take the worst of my puns and, like, multiply it by 10. That's ChatGPT. But ChatGPT is still, like, in year 3. You know what I mean? Give it some time. It'll take my job. I can't wait till it takes my job. Seriously. It'll be a lot easier. So I don't think ChatGPT is going to take my job. I think it'll be DeepSeek, to be honest. I think I need that open source energy. You know what I'm saying? All right, give me a few other things.
AOC and Bernie.
AOC and Bernie. AOC and Bernie. Is there anything specific going on with them other than a lot of recent fallout they've been having?
Controlled opposition.
Controlled opposition? Can you elaborate for me?
Well, just this idea, that Bernie is going to have all these people at his rallies, only to then turn around and support Israel and doing the.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Bernie. It sucks. Bernie it makes me sad. There's so many points in history where I'm like, yes, Bernie, like, I love what you're saying. And then he just turns around and says, like, an AIPAC soundbite.
Right. Yeah.
He takes money from AIPAC, right? There's only like a few. I know Massey is like one of them. It's not necessarily my most aligned politician, but at the end of the day, Bernie takes money from AIPAC. He does an AIPAC soundbite here and then, but then he also says all these other great things, and it's like, it's just one of these like, I don't know. He's like a sheepdog.
People who don't know are just the sheep, just like, oh yeah, we're gonna fight the oligarchy, but
right.
The Democrats are getting all this money
right.
from the billionaires.
Right. He's Luigi in the streets. Chuck Schumer in the sheets. What else? The inauguration. Yeah, I watched it. I watched the highlights. I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't study Melania's hat for 5 hours. What's it doing? Obviously, the Nazi salute took everybody's attention away from everything else that happened at the inauguration. It's kind of hard not to focus on that. But I think, honestly, the most interesting event of the inauguration was Mark Zuckerberg looking at Lauren Sanchez's chest. Like, that picture is never going away. Do you understand? I don't know if you saw. So Trump has 4 of the 5 richest people on stage with him at the inauguration. He's got Elon Musk, he's got Mark Zuckerberg, he's got Jeff Bezos, and the Google guy. I don't know his name. It's kind of up that I don't know his name, but I know the other guys. But do you know his name? Shut the up. So he has them on stage, and then for some reason Bezos gets to bring his +1, I guess because he has the same day shipping. And so Bezos had his side. Are they married? No. They're fiancés, so his side piece. And anyways, they're in the process of getting married, obviously, and he has her on stage. But I don't think Zuckerberg brought his wife. I don't think Elon knows who he's with right now. And then Trump had Melania hiding under a cylindrical shadow. So she was she was there, right? And she was wearing a low-cut blouse, which is a choice. And Mark Zuckerberg was standing right over. And I don't know, bless the photographer who nailed that shot. Because you think Zuckerberg is a billionaire. He has to be like, okay, when I go in public, people are going to be watching me, But for some reason, his metaverse glitched. And he, in a moment, he was looking at her low-cut blouse, and the photographer got it. Perfect frame rate, nailed it. And that picture is not. Sure. It's simple. It's just boys will be boys, whatever. That's the baseline. Zuckerberg's got it in him, or whatever. Or toxic masculinity, or however you want to see it. But that picture is more meaningful than that. That picture is the beginning of a divorce, okay? That picture.
He's like, honey, let's go to the metaverse and sort this out.
Doesn't matter how rich you are. Like, that's, anyways. He what? Oh, he liked her pictures on Instagram too? Did you check that? Did you that's the first thing everybody did. They went on Instagram, looked at Lauren Sanchez's profile. They're like, has Zuckerberg liked her photos? He's liked previous photos of hers, or? Oh, we're so creepy right now. We're just like, dude. We're like, oh my God, Zuckerberg has a thing for Lauren Sanchez. That's her name, right? Lauren Sanchez? I don't want to be. It is? Right, you guys don't. So, yeah, I thought that was the most, interesting moment. But obviously, Elon's got to come out and do a Nazi salute, whatever. But now, okay, listen, I don't actually think that Elon is a Nazi, okay? But everybody's just saying like, oh, he's on the spectrum or whatever. But yeah, he's also on the Nazi spectrum. You know what I mean? Like, there is such thing as a Nazi spectrum. You know, you start at 0 and then you're just full Hitler, and he's somewhere in between. We don't know. You cannot mathematically argue that he's not somewhere. We know he's not 0. If he was 0, he would have not made that motion. Okay? I don't think he's Hitler. I don't think he's actually a Nazi. But like, I think there's a couple of things. He could be so clueless that he just made that. But there was definitely the intention of the Roman salute. There was that kind of energy, like, I'm going to do a Roman salute. But the Roman salute is the Nazi salute. The Roman salute became popularized as the Nazi salute. Like, that's what we know it for. So, like, at some point, you got to make a choice. Be like, am I going to do the thing that's known for this thing? You know what I mean? Like, I used to love using Johnson & Johnson's baby oil. But did he change that? Did he change that? He used to just make my skin silky smooth, but now it's like, oh, you go to freak off. It's like, no, I'm not that guy. So he did that. Also, I mean, it's like, so what? He makes an accidental gesture, but like, then how do you talk about it later on Twitter? And he basically said, go yourself in the face, and essentially what he did metaphorically. And it was surprisingly how many people were defending him. Like the ADL. I don't know if you know Anti-Defamation League. They should just change their name to Defamation League, because that's basically all they do. They should call themselves the DL. But the ADL is totally. They usually go after anti-Semitism all the time, but they're like, don't get out of hand here. He was just excited, like they totally gave him the pass because he's not a peaceful college protester. So, yeah, and. But yeah, also some really good people defended him, like Netanyahu. That's someone who you really want to have on your side. Netanyahu's like, no, I know Elon. So yeah, anyways, that happened. Really saved Mark Zuckerberg, if you think about it, because otherwise we would have focused a lot more on that picture. He got really lucky with that. All right, let's see. I only have 7 hours left. Is there anything I haven't talked about yet tonight that you'd like for me to talk about? Anything you guys want? What's that? Math? More math? Yeah, I can do that. Come on. I wait for people to ask that question. I can do some math. Should I go into the math now, or is there anything else you want to do before I walk people?
Get dirty with math.
What's that?
Get dirty with math.
Get dirty with math? Yeah? Get dirty with math and statistics. Oh, you guys are a nerd crowd who didn't act like nerds earlier. Such a nerd crowd that, okay, I could with that. So, math jokes, get dirty with math jokes. Get dirty with them. I mean, I'm just obsessed with mathematics. I actually once dated a girl because her birthday was March 14th. Pi Day? You guys know? That's like a math man's fetish. Yeah. When I saw that birthday, I didn't give a shit that she was a communist. I went from parallel to perpendicular. You know what I mean? I went from 0 to 90 real quick. And then I found out she didn't even like math. She loved pot as much as I love math, which worked out because my birthday's 420. So it all came back around full circle. Get it? Circle? Because circumference equals pi times the d I gave her. That's for you, my friend. That's for you. Okay? That's a dirty math joke. Thank you so much. I love you, Oxnard. You guys are